you doing? Welcome back to Saturday Morning Cartoons. Today we're going to talk about tire size info. Uh, Tire sizes vary. Even the different brands of tires, the sizes could be the same and the tire size varies. So we'll go through a little bit of info on tires. First of all, how do you read a tire and determine the tire size? I'll take a general tire size, 265, 35, 19. The 265 is the width of the tire in millimeters, and the 35, which is the next number, is the percentage of sidewall from the 265 millimeters of width. So 35% of your width is your sidewall height, and the 19 is your rim size. So when you look at a tire and you read it, remember the first number is the width, the second number is the percentage of sidewall height to your width, and the 19, which will be the last number, is the overall diameter of your rim size. Now, one thing a lot of people have to realize, you can have that same number for two different tires and they'll be cut a little different. Some will be cut bigger, some will be cut smaller. It's just the brand and the manufacturer of how they cut and round the edges of the tires. Some of them make the tires more blocky. Some of them give them more of a rounded edge. It's like when I put 345 3019s on my Camaro, I had to find the smallest 345 3019, which happened to be at that time was a Nitto Envo, and it was almost a half an inch narrower than my former Michelin's that I had on the car. So even though it said it was 345 3019, the way that the tire was constructed allowed it to be almost a half an inch. I think it was a half an inch, or inch. I think it was a half an inch narrower, which allowed me to be able to put it underneath my car without having any rubbing issues. A lot of people were having issues when they were running like a 335 3019, or they were running a 325 3019, and the tire would rub on the inside and they would have to move the harness for the MagneRide on the driver's side out. I didn't have to, because another reason why I had the proper offsets for my custom wheels, but my tire was just a tiny bit narrower than everything else, the other 345 3019s. But once you learn how to read a tire size and you can get the proper size from front to back, so you won't have like one real narrow tire in the front that's really short and you have a big blocky sidewall in the back, you can always go to Tire Rack or Discount Tire, and you can go to their website and punch in the tire size that you're looking to get, and then they have a long listing of all the different tire sizes, the rim width, the recommended sidewall, everything, the PSI for the tire. So you can, when you buy your tires, because they're big investments now, tires aren't cheap anymore. Everything has gone up since inflation and the prices are ridiculous. But once you pick out, you can match the front to the back, and you can get the proper sidewall. And even in some cars, if your sidewall is too thin in the front to the back, it will cause your yaw sensor to go off, and then your traction control won't work correctly. I know that for a fact. For that, on my Nissan 370Z, the Nismo, you got to be less than 1% from front to back off, and then after if you're over that 1%, it will cause your traction control not to work right. So be careful when you're matching your car, when you're matching your tires up. You want to take your time. They got all the information. You can go to the manufacturer's website and they'll give you all the tire information breakdown, And also another thing, all season tires versus performance tires, versus track tires, Just buy the appropriate tire for the application on your car. If you drive your car majority on the street, buy a street tire. If you drive your car strictly on the track, just buy a track tire. I have made the mistake of plenty of time putting a too aggressive tire on a street car, and then when I run into inclement weather or it gets a little cool, Now you got to be a really good driver to get down the road, because those tires don't respond in too much of a road application as far as street driving. Now, if you're on the track, yeah, it's different when you have a clean track and water evaporates off the road. There's no puddles and everything. And then you can get down the road, get down the track real easy, because it's a surface that is made not to have standing water on it. But when you're driving on the public roads where you got puddles of water everywhere and the water doesn't run off like it should sometimes, driving a track tire on the road can be a problem. But that's all I have for today. If you have any comments or anything, or you want to have any questions about it, just hit me in the comments, and we'll keep the channel running. Don't forget, like, subscribe, and share. And we'll have something next week. Just general car 101 stuff. Have a great weekend.